What am I learning from the trees and what can we learn? Go slow. Go slow to last long. Slow down. Relax. It's not that serious. Everything is not urgent. Everything is not an emergency, right? But by going slow, we get there whole, healthy, happy. So go slow to last long. The next thing that I learned is to rest under the shade of your elders. And elders could be like elders, like older people, but it could also be people who are wiser than you, who have more experience than you do, right? Thinking about the sapling that grows from the ground, who lives underneath of the canopy of trees, the elder trees, right? The tree wants to like grow and like, I want to grow. I want to grow. And if sunlight hits it, it will grow straight up, but it won't be strong. It'll just be tall, you know? So rest under the shade of your elders. Listen to their wisdom. See what you can learn from them. Watch them, you know, before you get out there too. Ask them questions, you know? Rest under the shade of your elders. Excuse me. Live in community. Not only trees and fungi and animals, right? Or Spanish moss. But we should live in community too. Trees literally, they take care of each other, right? They take care of other trees. But like I said, they also take care of fungi. They also take care of the animals, the bugs, you know, us. And they also live in harmony with nature. So just like the Spanish moss that I was talking about earlier, I've been researching Spanish moss because my grandmommy loved Spanish moss. Like she grew up in Savannah. And so she loves Spanish moss and she has since passed on. And I love her. That's my girl. And so learning about Spanish moss and learning how it's almost like Spanish moss and trees have a consenting relationship. They consent to co-live together, right? The Spanish moss doesn't take anything from the tree to be there. And the tree and the Spanish moss benefits from being in relationship with each other. So live in community, live in relationship with one another. Just because you're different, you might come from a different background or whatever, we can all benefit each other. We all have different things that we can bring to benefit each other. So yes. So I said, live in community. I said, we need each other. Hyper individualism leads to death. Leads to death. Thinking about those little trees that we see in neighborhoods that are like, it's a new neighborhood and it's like one tree here, 3 houses down, another tree here. Those trees are going to die because it doesn't have community. It doesn't have friends. It doesn't have family. It can't hear anything. I'm going to find it in this book, but like there was this image that was drawn with words and thinking about a tree in the middle of nowhere, like one solitary tree and how it's silent. It's silent because there is no community around it. There's no network. You know, when you are alone, you die. You die. And then hold on. No, I got to find this because I highlighted this today because there's been a lot going on and like, I've been having a lot of thoughts. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Yep. A tree's silence could be because of a serious illness or perhaps the loss of its fungal network, which would leave the tree completely cut off from the latest news. The tree no longer registers as approaching disaster, and the doors are open for caterpillar and beetle buffet. The loner trees by themselves, the loners I just mentioned are similarly susceptible. They might look healthy, but they have no idea what's going on around them. Isn't that awful? So the tree might look healthy, but they on around him. And I think about us as individuals, like I'm big and bad. I don't need people. I'm by myself. I can do it alone. I don't need nobody. I'm grown, right? I'm grown. But you have no idea what's going on. You're depending solely on yourself. You're going to be exhausted. You need community. You need help. You need each other. And you literally do not live by yourself unless you're like out there homesteading, literally in the middle of nowhere. But even then, you're not alone. You're eating off the ground, right? Off the land. The land has to be consenting. The trees have to be consenting. You're still in community. You're not alone, right? So like, again, I'm big and bad. I'm by myself. No, you're not. Who fixes your car when it breaks down? Who delivers your packages to your door? Who checks your items to make sure that they pass whatever standard it is to make sure that our food is okay? You're not alone. You cannot survive by yourself. You weren't put here to be by yourself. We need each other. All right. So another thing that I would say, take up space and leave space for others. Take up space. You being fully yourself is not infringing on anybody. But also don't infringe on anybody. Don't take things that aren't yours. If you have enough, leave some for somebody else. We talk about the crown, like the room and the trees and the canopy, and how like they come close but they don't touch. They leave room for each other. You know? Let me I'm gonna look this up again because I just think it's beautiful. What did I search? I searched space between tree canopy. All right, here we go. Let me share my screen one more time. Share screen, please. Thank y'all. Share. Here we go. Images. Yeah, like this. You know, you have enough. When you have enough, leave some for other people. You know, I think about COVID in 2020, because COVID is still here. It's not over. But I think about COVID and how everybody lost their minds buying toilet paper and like, what was it? Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, paper towels, and all this other stuff. And then people were reselling it for like a premium price. Gross, disgusting, garbage, right? But like people were hoarding the stuff. And I'm like, how much toilet paper, like, do you really need? We really don't be conscious of other people. Why are you buying up everything in the store? Other people need that too. You have enough. We don't know enough. Trees know enough. And also trees know enough because they know that they have a whole network underneath of them working together for everybody's benefit. Nobody has to be alone. Nobody has to just, oh, I gotta get what's mine. I gotta take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. No, like I use this example all the time, but like if I needed to cut my grass and my neighbor has a lawnmower, they might use that lawnmower maybe what, like 15 times over the summer. The days they're not using it, can I borrow it? That means I don't have to buy it myself. We have everything that everybody needs. We just have to start sharing. That's just my own opinion. All right, let me see. Yay, okay. What else I learned from them? Support and nourish a fallen sibling. Help those who can't help themselves. Help the vulnerable. So trees, a tree will fall and become sick, or a tree will be cut down and it'll just be a stump, right? And this tree surrounding it will still take care of that tree. Take care of people who cannot help themselves. Everybody cannot help themselves. I know people say stuff like, God helps those that helps themselves. That's not true. You are God. You're the person supposed to help them. I'm sorry. I'm getting passionate, but like, why, this goes back to like, why are you praying when you can do something? Why are you giving words when you have something you can offer? You are the hands and feet of God. So do something about it. Help people that can't help themselves. Some people literally cannot help themselves. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the next thing, release what you don't have the capacity to maintain. It's all useful and it all becomes compost. Talking about the fall, right? We're in the fall. The trees aren't really changing here yet, but like we're in the fall officially. And trees let go of leaves because they cannot maintain it. Let go of what you cannot maintain. Let go. There's like this phrase that people say like, let go or be dragged. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what people mean when they say that. But for real, trees let go because, oh, I ain't got it. I ain't got the capacity. This is a leaf. Sorry, I ain't got it. It's cold. The days are getting shorter. The nights are getting longer. I ain't got it. Release it. Release it. And I'll create the trees. I create a little blanket. You know what I'm saying? I'll create a little blanket for my bug friends so that they can rest too in the winter. There's this, okay, it's right here. Okay. There's a card by Trisha Hersey that I have out right now, and it says, as I rest, I make space for others to rest. Trees are perfect examples of this. As I rest, I make space for others to rest. Right? So when trees rest, okay, cool. I gotta release these leaves. The bugs are able to rest too. Other animals are able to take those leaves and those sticks and everything like that and the bark even and create their own little homes, little den. You know, I think that's so beautiful. Another thing I'm learning from trees, communicate and share my lessons with others. Mentor. You don't have to have it all figured out to share. You don't have to have it all figured out to be helpful. You know what I mean? I know some things. I don't know everything. And I know some things that worked for me. And maybe I can offer that to you and be like, hey, this worked for me. Try this out. Or this didn't work out for me. Maybe you should do something else. We hoard lessons because I feel like a lot of us feel like we don't know enough or like we're not smart enough. or brilliant enough, you are brilliant. You're like a walking textbook. You're a walking holy text. There's so much that you could share with other people that will save other people. And I wrote that down because trees, right, when they're getting eaten by caterpillars or like animals or giraffes and stuff like that, they send out a signal to say, hey, I'm getting eaten, prepare yourself. I'm getting eaten, prepare yourself. And the trees next to it can prepare itself to not be eaten by this animal by changing the chemical makeup of the leaves. It's amazing. Okay, the next thing. Sometimes growing in the shadow of someone else is best for you now. Sometimes it's not your time yet. You have all this energy and all this potential and all this, like, we're ready to go, we're raring. When we're young, we have so much like zeal and passion and energy, but if it's not funneled correctly or handled correctly, we can make mistakes, you know? So I'm not saying don't live your life, but also maybe sometimes, like I said, listen to your elders, listen to people who have been here a little longer or who have more experience in this thing, right? Leave room. Grow in the shadows of someone else is best for you right now. But when it's time for you to bloom and blossom, you do that because you have the right foundation. You've given yourself what you needed. You're taking time away. You're resting. You're learning. You're being fed by other people. Again, like I said, I'm in a season of receiving. That's what I'm doing. I'm receiving. I ain't got nothing right now. You know, I have things, I have ideas. I have a whole journal full of ideas, but I have no energy to execute on them, and it's okay. Because right now I need to receive and to beef up a little bit, like get my strength back, you know? And when it's time to run again, I'll be running. The next thing I'm going to share is to leave room for others. Take up space, but don't invade or encroach on other people's space. We already said that. Another thing, mind your energy and set boundaries with overworking. Go the easy way. Go the easy way. Stephanie Perry talked about that on Saturday about ease. And I like did a whole like journaling thing about that. But like, we're taught to like go the hard way, make it hard. If it's not hard, it doesn't count. If you didn't have to like climb a mountain, you're not worthy of celebration. Trees go the easy way. They go in community. They go slow. They go near the water. Like, oh, I'm gonna push my roots this way because there's water here. Go the easy way. It's not sin. The tree uses the wind to take the pollen. The tree uses ease to stay alive and to also take care of its friends and family, right? So it uses the wind, the fungi, its resources, other plants. It smells like it takes the easy way and it lasts a long time. You know, ask for help. Like I said, these trees be like, help, I'm under attack. And his family comes running to help take care of it. Ask for help. Always keep the greater good of all beings top of mind. Work together so we all thrive. We need each other, and we need each other to survive. There's like this church song that says that. I need you to survive, but for real, like, we need each other to survive. Like, my life is so much greater because you all are alive. You feel me? Like, it's so much richer. I could be talking to myself. You feel me? Like, but I'm glad that you're here with me, creating community. You know, we need each other to survive. Trees know the value of their community. They're not into hyper individualism like us. They're not into capitalism and pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. They know they're as old as time. Trees are as old as time. And they're like, these little silly humans. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them running around, making it harder for themselves, fighting each other, tearing each other down when they need each other. Look at them. It grieves me. Trees also know that in order for me to survive, we all must survive. So trees know, hey, cousin, sister, mother, whoever, you take care of me, I take care of you. I need you to survive because we have a relationship where I give and I take, and you give and you take. And we take care of everybody. Trees create forests, and forests create climates in which the trees can survive. It's a cycle. We need each other. We need each other. Trees also know, we all live in a relationship with nature, whether we know it or not. That's something that I'm taking away from this. We all live in nature, in relationship with nature, whether we know it or not. When you sneeze in and that pollen is happening, that's nature, right? When we're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, we can thank a bee. We can thank a beetle. We can thank a butterfly. Even the things that we find pesty. Apparently, flies are really good pollinators. Apparently. Flies and mosquitoes. Because I was like, what is the purpose of mosquitoes? They're just so annoying. Mosquitoes be pollinating too. Let me make sure it was a mosquito. Because I think I was like, what? Let's see. Mosquitoes pollinate. Yup. Yep. Some species of mosquitoes are pollinators. Nectar is their primary food source for some of them. Yeah, and they pollinate small flowers. Oh, no worry, Hannah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. But yeah, we live in connection with nature, whether we know it or not, whether we appreciate it or not. Something else I'm learning from trees is to protect and care for the vulnerable, just because it's the right thing to do. Protect and care for the vulnerable. When I'm caring for and protecting the vulnerable, I know that they can't do anything for me, but that's not the point. The point is not so that they can do something for me. The point is because I see you as a fellow human being. I see you as a fellow human being, and I want you to be well. Because you deserve that too. If I deserve that, you for sure deserve that. It's not just me. Love your people well. Love your people well. Mourn your people when you lose them. We like to pretend, oh, I don't care, whatever, or I'm big and strong. Mourn them. Like, mourning is a sign that you are brave enough to love them. And trees mourn their fellow fallen trees. They feel pain. They mourn. They cry. They also make noise. That's another conversation for another day. But yes, love your people well. Warn others of dangers that you've experienced. Why not tell people the things to avoid if they can avoid it? It's almost like people feel like, oh, well, if I had to go through it, so do you. That's silly. That's prideful. That's arrogant. That's selfish. Why? Why? Just so that you can watch other people suffer? So you can handicap other people? Using air quotes, handicap. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Another thing, cooperate with others. We are all worthy and important. Yep. And in isolation, we slowly wither away. Another thing I'm learning is to dig deep roots. Link with others. Put your hands deep into the soil. Hold on, right? Hold on to each other's hands. And the last thing I'll say is that nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted in nature. And with trees, nothing is wasted. Everything is for a purpose, even the things that they let go of. Nothing is wasted. Love yourselves, love each other, and love some trees today. Look at some trees and say thank you. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.